The rankings that we just got tonight from the College Football Playoff Committee is just another reason that the committee needs to be reformed to be only former college football players who actually understand the sport. Here's my reaction to the latest rankings that we just got. If you did not watch the College Football Playoff ranking show tonight, it is so important for you to know that the College Football Playoff Committee chair said that the teams not playing in the conference championship will not move in the rankings. So the final order is Alabama, Miami, Ole Miss, and then South Carolina to potentially get the last spot in the playoff. Before we talk about this atrocity right here, I just want to give out a few pointers real quick though, because Ohio State, Tennessee, and Indiana will not be playing in a conference championship game, so you could just assume that this is going to be the order set, and this is important because Ohio State is currently going to host Tennessee in a playoff game, so that is just the way it's going to be in the future. This also guarantees that Notre Dame is going to be hosting a college football playoff game in the first round. Is anybody else just stunned that they put Miami in the middle of all these 3-loss SEC teams? So you're telling me that because Miami played one more conference game than all these SEC teams and they lost to a 9-3 Syracuse team by 4 points, it was enough to move them behind Alabama, but not enough to move them behind Ole Miss, who has a key win over Georgia, or below South Carolina, who is the hottest team in college football right now. The logic makes no sense there, especially when we just saw Alabama get the brakes blown off of them by a 6-6 Oklahoma team. Last thing I want to say about these rankings specifically is South Carolina versus Alabama, because if you were to just switch the logos, there is no way that South Carolina is going to be left out of the playoff, and I can prove it to you. Imagine a world where Alabama loses to South Carolina in October, but since then, they are 6-0 with 3 ranked wins, including 2 wins over teams that South Carolina lost to. And then imagine the same 6 weeks, South Carolina went 4-2 with a 21-point loss to a team that Alabama beat by 26. There's no way that the committee would go, okay, you know what? We're going to go ahead and flip the teams because although head-to-head matters, this team is clearly the better team going into the postseason. The College Football Playoff Committee continues to be a disaster because it is filled with athletic directors and not former college football players who actually understand the sport.